Hi guys, it is Warfare Daily here, and welcome back to the channel. So today, on my second War Thunder video, I'm going to be playing the T34-100 and the IS2 Mod 1944. Now, just going over the armor of the T34-100, we'll check out the IS2 Mod 1944 later. You can see it's a T34 hull, so at rank 4 it's got really weak armor. Basically, if anything shoots you, you're pretty much dead. You can see there the hull only had like 90mm on the front. Turret can be somewhat tough, but the best thing about this tank though, the thing that, really the highlight for it is the gun. Now you can see those two shells there, they're quite decent. But what you really want is that shell there. It has 240mm of penetration, and it has 110 grams, I believe, of TNT equivalent. So yeah, that's basically the only shell I use, and I think that's pretty much the only shell you really need to use at all, because it's just better than the other shells. It's pretty simple as that. And this tank's also quite fast as well, and maneuverable, being a T34. So one thing that I like to do, and you can do, is you can kind of flank, and you can also you rush in if the time's right as well. But yeah, you do have to be careful with the armor though. But yeah, the speed does provide a lot of opportunities, and combined with the gun, it can be a really effective flanking and sniping tank. Like, it can be used in lots of different roles really. So yeah. Probably the armor is definitely the worst thing, and also the turret is very big as well, so it kind of shows you like that they can easily spot you and see you. But as I said though, the turret actually does have some armor. I have bounced off that turret, and I've had people bounce off that turret, especially if you angle it right. But yeah, you really can't rely on the armor though. I mean, it's just not great. Also, being a premium tank, you also have the premium research, which is really good, I think. And also, this tank is a very unique tank because it's really the only only T34 with a 100mm gun, and it's not as good as a T44-100, but it also is a slightly lower BR as well. So yeah, it's a good start, a good introduction to the next tanks. Anyway though guys, let's see the T34-100 in action. So, welcome to Ash River. Now, this is kind of a fast-paced game. I kind of try to get in a good position early game, which is around the sea point area, I like to go there. And I do meet a lot of opposition in this match, but yeah, and once again, like, I don't do a crazy amount of stuff, but it's just a good indication of what you can do with this tank. You'll see I do get in there really quick, and I do get a kill, and yeah, it is quite a short match. Like, our team was kind of killing them off pretty quickly, so I didn't really get too many opportunities. But yeah, anyway, got the sunset version, which is really good actually. Can be hard as well though, like, it really depends. But yeah, it's pretty cool though, I like it. So yeah, you can see I'm just moving up with my team, and you'll see like just how quickly you can see right now it moves pretty fast. And the position I get to would actually be probably better for lower profile tanks, but even a tank like this one, you can still get in there pretty easily. So you can see basically I just rush straight past all those guys. A bit reckless, but I get there. So, and you can see this T92 hit him one shot, lights him on fire and cripples his tank. He can't really move, but he does still have his gun online, so I've got to be careful. And I'm just reloading now. He fired, so I peek out, and the finishing shot is through the middle. So yeah, the round does a lot of damage. Like, you can usually one-shot tanks, or at least two-shot. And as I said, it does have a lot of penetration. It does kind of lack with reload time, but that can be made up by increasing crew skills. Like, I would recommend, with all your crew points, I'd recommend going for reload time, because once you get that down, like you really do need to get that down. Because when you first get it, it does have a long reload. But once you get that down, it's pretty good. Now, not much else, sorry, happens in this match. I just capped that zone with the rest of the team. Now there's a T95 up on that hill. I try to shoot his cupola or hatch or whatever you want to call it, but I think the optics blocked the shot, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, that's one weak spot you can aim for on the T95. It's really not a good tank you want to be facing up against in something like this, but yeah, you do, when you get up tiered, sometimes it can be quite harsh, but you can still hold your own though. But yeah, you just got to be careful of some of the more higher tier tanks, and you got to remember, even if you're down tiered, you're still vulnerable to anything. Like, remember, this is a T34 hull, so basically anything's going to be able to kill you. So even at low tier, you got to be careful. So you can see, I think I'll take a shot at him and miss. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I tried to. I'm not really sure what that shot was. I saw the target flash, so I thought, oh, maybe I can hit like the machine gun or something around that hatch. But yeah, no luck anyway. And as I said, not really much else happens. So that T95, he's kind of just sitting there, and no one can really do that much about him. But I noticed that there was a medium tank, T34-100 I believe, flanking around to the far side of those guys. You can see there on the map, and I thought I might support him. So I basically, in a few moments, I move up to help him. I kind of distract that T95. So you can see there, that guy there gets distracted, I move up. And yeah, it's just about that support role, I guess. Like you can see there, that T95 is completely distracted and does not know that there's a T34-100 flanking around, so yeah. And I mean, he does end up killing him. Just a bit of a spoiler alert there. But yeah, it's I mean, if you can get around, and the T34-100 is a similar tank to this one, it just has better armor and lower profile, but you can see even what that guy's doing, you can do stuff like that with the T34-100 too. So yeah, I guess you can just take some notes from that. So you see, actually it was an Object 120 that killed him, but I think the T34-100 crippled him. Anyway, this match is pretty much over, nothing else happens, so yeah, just on to the next map. This one's Abandoned Factory, and it is a replay because I had a match with the IS2 1944 model, and I just want to clarify something. I do have a lot of lag during this match, so if you see some, in the replay you can't see the lag, but a lot of my shots get delayed, and I miss a few due to the lag, but yeah, it's no big deal though. So yeah, this is my second respawn, I believe. Actually, I think it's my third. The other two respawns I did no good in, but I thought I might show this replay just because of this one. You can see I move up behind that factory there, and there's a leopard behind that corner that he goes out and kill him with one shot. The IS2 is basically, its gun does even more damage than a T34-100, but it doesn't have as much penetration. So, but yeah, this is a heavy tank, but its armor is good, but it's still nothing compared to what like the Germans have with their Tiger 2s. So you can't really brawl with it. It's more of a peek-a-boom tank, I guess you could say. Like you hide behind an object, and then when you reload it and they're distracted, you peek out and shoot them and basically one-shot them. But you can see there's a T34 there. Now my first shot misses, I believe that was because of lag I was talking about. But yeah, he's basically just moving across. He does have very slow reload time, so getting a fighter while I'm waiting for the reload, he can't really hit me, so yeah. And now I'm back in. I've reloaded by now, so he drives out and I hit him and I shoot straight through his track and into his tank and almost kill everyone except for one guy. That's the power of this thing. Like, I just shot straight through his track and killed everyone except for one person. And teammate finishes him off. Fortunately, I don't get the kill, but that's okay. Now I start to move up here. Our team's more at C and B, so I thought I might be able to like flank people around B. Obviously this isn't much of a flanking tank, but sometimes I do take risks, so yeah, I decided to do that. And it actually works out pretty well. You can see that our team's capping A, and I believe there was 2 or 3 guys around here. And you'll see in a moment that the biggest weakness of this tank is indeed its reload time, because you'll see in a few moments, like, I'm unable to reload in time to kill this other tank. But I still did my role and think I killed this other boy. See there, I'm kind of just shooting at planes with my machine gun. I was talking about that in my last video. You can get free kills basically by doing that. So yeah, I'll speed the replay up just while I'm doing that, because it's pretty boring to watch. But you can see there's a medium tank there. It's basically shooting towards B because we've got guys in there trying to cap it, which is causing a lot of problems. I killed that Conway there. He hesitated for whatever reason, so I killed him. And now this is basically the problem with this tank. And as I said, it's a really good tank. You can see there that T92 rushes me, and I'm unable to reload in time. He knocks out my loader, and now I basically just can't reload at all. So yeah, I'm pretty much screwed. But you can see that it does have a fair bit of survivability. It takes him a fair bit to kill me, which he eventually does do. But you can see there though, it is a pretty tough tank, and its gun packs a punch. You just gotta be aware of the reload time. So yeah, you can, I don't know, for whatever reason I paused it there. Looks cool though, so whatever. And in a moment I'll show you one more match. This one here is another one with the T34-100. So yeah, and actually before I do so though, I'll just go over the armor and the gun of the IS2 1944, because it does have a very different armor profile from the first IS2. Actually has much better armor. You can see there, unlike the first IS2, that panel's sloped, and it's around 220mm, which is really good. The lower glacis and the turret cheek is the weakness though. It's only like 100 to 120 in those areas, so people will get through that, so you gotta try and hide that by angling and wiggling the tone around and stuff. And that one, the round there, the one I'm looking at the moment, that's the round you want to use. It basically just has more penetration than the other rounds, and that's about it, but it's just basically a better round. You want to definitely use that over the other one. So just on to the next battle now. This is, I don't even remember what it's called, because I don't really get it very often, but as I said, this is a battle with the T34-100 again. Just thought I might show another replay of it, because the first one I showed, you know, you didn't really get to do much, unfortunately, because it was a pretty short battle. But this one here, basically, I don't really have a strategy as such. I just move up with my team. As I said, you know, fulfilling that support role that this tank can be really effective in, because it's not really designed to take damage. Usually I like to stay behind big tanks, such as like things like Mouses and big heavies, and move up with them because they need that support. And then there's other times where I will play solo and do some flanking, rush into the objective. There's lots of ways you can really play this tank. It just depends on your play style, I guess. So yeah, just capping that point, and then I move up towards C. There's a lot of guys there. I found a good spot that I could shoot people coming into C from, and I think the Type 2 joins me, and I don't think I actually managed to kill people in this match. I don't know why. The gun I shot people and clearly hit at them, but the gun actually wasn't performing as it usually does. I didn't get any one shots. So you can see the spot there. You can basically shoot people coming into C, and just waiting for the enemy to get there, which they will. On arcade battles, they always rush into the objective, which is fair enough, because that's basically how you're going to win it. You can see there's a T34 there. I was really unlucky because I kind of delayed my shot and I hit the back and only set him on fire. Yeah, I really shouldn't have hesitated, but because the reason I hesitated is because the middle was kind of angled, so I was worried that it would just bounce off. So yeah, but that's unfortunate. I can see there's a Tiger 2 there. I hit him and see once again no luck with the one shot there. I take out 2 crew out of his turret, but no kill. Basically, my position is exposed by this point, so I can't really do any more shooting for a bit because everyone's like looking at me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it's kind of distracting the enemy. Actually, none of that happens yet. It happens in like, I don't know, a little bit. But see that Tiger 2 there? I don't know. He's just pushing me against the wall, but whatever. Once again, as I said, I am distracting the enemy team, which gives our team opportunities. And I guess you could say that this match here, I kind of act as this could say like a fly in a way. I just kind of annoy and distract the enemy by like damaging them, but not actually killing them. It just drops them artillery there. I actually sometimes get really good luck with the artillery. Not that time, but you can see there, I think it was, that's the same T34 that I hit earlier. He's basically just looking over at my direction, just peeking out what's there. I think there's someone else over there as well. The Tiger 2P took a hit. He's currently repairing his tank. Yeah, I can't really support him at this point. And I'm pretty sure in a minute I move to a different position, which is, I guess, trying to flank them. But you'll also see another thing I forgot to mention, which you'll see in a minute. There you go, a kill assist on the Tiger 2. But the gun depression is horrible on this tank. Like you'll see in a moment here, there's a Tiger 2 there, and I'm waiting for him to fire, which he does so in a minute. I think someone else comes up and he kills him. But as I was saying though, the depression on this thing's horrible. Like you can see that I just cannot get the gun down to hit him. And I could drive down onto that staircase to hit him, but that's just too risky. He's probably would have reloaded by then and someone else would have hit me from the side. So I can't really do that. And as you see, like if I was in say like an American or British tank, I would have been able to hit him. But I guess that gun depression problem, that's just occurs with all Russian tanks. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video if you enjoyed for more War Thunder videos. And I'll see you guys next time.